We were talking about this parrot, Finlay the parrot, that's gone missing. Paul Hardacre is a sailor who is sailing all around the UK, and we found out a little bit more, A, about his challenge, and B, why his parrot went missing in Grimsby. He spoke to me earlier.
Yeah, basically I'm sailing around Great Britain single-handedly with an African grey parrot in aid of the Crohn's and Colitis charity.
That's quite a challenge.
Yeah, it is actually. I set off on the 1st of May and envisaged it to take approximately 3 months' time, but 3 months into it I'm probably just over halfway, so there's at least another 2 months to 3 months left on the challenge.
So why has it taken so long? Has it been the winds or the tides or something?
Basically the weather. The weather's hasn't been a very good summer again, and prevailing winds have not been as they should. So it's kept me in port for a lot longer than what I envisaged.
And any hairy moments that you know?
Yes, I've been struck by lightning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That must have been nerve-wracking.
En route to Brighton, which is all on the blog on the website.
And did your sails, were they intact?
Yes, it actually hit the winch on the boat, which was about 2 foot away from me, and I didn't actually realise that I'd been struck by lightning until I looked at the video footage I was doing when I got back into port. I know
they're done relatively regularly, these things, but I read Helen MacArthur's autobiography, and that was one of the first sort of big sailing challenges she did. Was and it just sounded like a fraught with danger, frankly.
Yes, it is. Basically, it is. You've got to time things, and it does get pretty scary and airy out there on your own. But it's just all about taking the weather windows and not taking any chances. So
one nice thing about this is you're not alone. You've had company for most of the journey.
Well, that's absolutely right. Finley's been with me ever since the start of the journey, and obviously he flew away last Thursday.
So who or what is Finlay?
Finlay is an African grey parrot.
Okay.
2-year-old.
I can hear him in the background.
Yes, Whenever I'm on the phone, he thinks I'm talking to him. So
really? Does he talk a lot? Has he got a few things to say for himself?
Yeah, he's got quite a lot to say, to be honest with you. But he only speaks when I'm around, and when somebody else comes, he just goes totally quiet.
Oh, how interesting. So you lost Finlay in Grimsby?
I did, unfortunately, yes.
Tell us about that. That's terrible.
It was. I arrived last Monday into Grimsby, and on Thursday somebody knocked on the boat early morning, and as I pulled the hatch back, he normally jumps on my shoulder, but with the winds being as strong as what they were, he's been caught with the wind and flew off and flew into Grimsby town centre.
Now, I take it you gave chase?
Yes, I did, unfortunately, but luckily somebody found him and passed him on, and I don't know where he went, but I got a phone call yesterday to meet up with somebody, and thankfully we were reunited. Yeah,
we spotted this in the Grimsby Telegraph last week, and it sounded like someone had got him, and then he'd already been sold on within minutes.
I think so. I think it was that quick, to be honest with you. I think the people who bought him in the end were very innocent. It was just, they thought it was just a straight sale of an African grey, which was unfortunate for them.
It must have been heartbreaking to see the bird fly off.
It was like a bereavement almost. I didn't sleep well. I didn't eat well the whole trip. I wasn't too sure whether I was going to continue with the trip.
Yeah.
So there was a lot on getting him back, to be honest with you.
Once you'd heard he'd been sold on, you think, well, that's it. He's gone for Burton.
Yes, absolutely. I had about 3 or 4 days of optimism, and I thought I'd get him back. And then yesterday, I almost gave up, and I just thought I'll give one last walk around town and ask a few more questions. And luckily, I asked the right person at the right time, and he turned up. So
you were literally just tramping the streets of Grimsby, asking random people.
Yes, it got that desperate. I'd like to say a massive thanks to the Grimsby people, because they were very, very helpful. There's a lot of people out there that went out of their way to try and get him back for me.
So you were wandering around Grimsby, around the town centre, saying, "Excuse me, mate, I've lost my parrot."
Yeah, the amount of people who looked at me very strange was quite a few. But no, it was literally like that, and almost knocking on doors and just asking if they'd seen the African grey parrot. And like I say, fortunately, I came across the right person and got him back.
Well, that's testament to your persistence. I mean,
it is, to be honest. Well, there was nothing much else to do, and sitting on the boat, I wasn't going to get Finlay back, so the only way to go out there was to literally hold your nose and jump in. But it was, I'd like to reiterate the thanks to the Grimsby people. They've been very, very nice, and I'll miss Grimsby when I leave, to be honest with you. It'll be a place that I'll well remember.
Well, that's great, and it's wonderful that you've been to our patch and you've had a positive experience, and people have helped you out. I'm really pleased to hear that.
Absolutely cracking people. Absolutely. The White Bird pub, the various taxi companies, various people have just been so helpful. It's been breathtaking, to be honest with you.
Fantastic news, Paul. And presumably now you're getting ready to continue your journey north.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it should. Hopefully, I'm going to leave in the next day or so, and then Scarborough, and then Whitby, and then up to Scotland.
Now, just remind us why you're doing this trip.
Like I say, the trip is for the Crohn's and Colitis charity. I'm trying to raise £25,000 for the charity. It's been quite hard. I've raised just over £2,000 up to now, so any donation would be greatly received, and it's so inspiring to see the people go to the effort of putting the money on the website.
Well, very best of luck, Paul. And if people want to donate, how do they do that?
You do via the website, which is www.paulhardakersailing.co.uk. Hardacre is spelled Hardaker.
Paul Hardacre speaking to me earlier about his parrot Finlay, and he's currently sailing up north towards Scarborough on his boat, the Zuma. Fantastic story, and if you'd like to find out more, as he mentioned, the website www.paulhardakersailing.co.uk. A particularly good blog actually on there. Now here's Dionne Warwick, and You'll Never Get to Heaven. Shortly, more about the Humber Keel and Sloop Preservation Society, who are out in force on the Humber today, and the Sea Shanty Festival taking place around Hull's Fruit Market area.